Shift. He's coming.
Hey, 0-0-0.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
4 down.
Strong right.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From just shy of midfield, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Wait, that's wide, 80. 50 seconds, come on. Here we go.
Brady now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Brady. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check, 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 check. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Left pass, left pass.
Check 31.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. An update now from Oakland. And the Lions have opened it up, leading now by a couple of touchdowns. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Screen 80. Check 45 to Mike. Here we go, here we go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Good, good, good. Good, good.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I know he ain't got it.
Hey, alert, alert.
45, Mike, 45. Defense wins championships, baby. Watch the ship, watch the ship.
Hey, hey.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Switch, watch, switch, watch.
One flip, one flip.
He's checking Craig.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Front left, front left.
Time to go, night, night.
From the gun, it's Wilson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 13. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On the delay, Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Wait, that 53.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Regular.
On play action, now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. 4th down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here we go, D.
Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll run the screen with Carson. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The end result, 21 yards.
Wait, that. Turn 80.
Slam. Fuck,
Shotgun now for Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Second down and goal. Brady, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. The quick slant caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field.
He's got daylight. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 93 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, they were back in the shadows for their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Brady now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Brady, he sets up the screen to Jones. And all the way down to the 26. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Joker.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Right, 380.
Right there, 54.
Go, guys, 4 down, 14. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shift, watch the shift. Check, check. Off. Kill. All goes special.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. You don't know no better. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go.
54. Mike 54.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up second down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Check. Hey guys, listen. He's checking. All goes special. Come on. 45 to Mike. Check. 45. Front left.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Chest. Check the backer. Hey, watch it.
One left.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there on third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Check. Watch the ball. Hey, watch the ball.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bucs 14-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go. 45. Mike, 45. Check. 45. Hey, 0. 45. Zebra. 45.
Here's Wilson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw, it's Brady, and that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
45. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
Check 52. Pick the edge. Come.
Check nickel. Watch safety creeping.
Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
It's a game of second and 2.
Hey, 66.
6-yard line.
Goal 50. Bravo. Regular.
56.
No, 66.
On second and a couple, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I don't even know why his team showed up. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
25.
You don't want it. Save.
Hey, easy. Touch that.
Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
45 is the mic. Got what? 45 is the mic. 45 is the mic.
Hey, keep it up.
Hatchet.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
To throw again, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. The surprise second-round pick, Sean Bunning, there to get a hand in. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
SOS. Out. Hey, easy. Slam.
14.
Check hot route. Hot.
Gun.
Motion.
On third down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the check. Mike 5-4. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Look left. Good touch.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Carlton Davis picks it. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Wait, 20!
54 Mike. You don't want this.
This is Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. Now Brady. He's got Evans. And some room to work. Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 55 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike pass. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 53 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Check Mike 54. Mike. I'll go special. I'll go special. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Wilson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation. Yeah. Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So down a couple scores, only one timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Wait, set. Fly, 20. Mike 56. I got it. Alpha.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Second and 6 on the Seahawks.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, 66.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Back to throw, Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
It's a gain of 17.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, goal 66.
Brady going to throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Check. Go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Tighten up. Check.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 28. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go up. No, 66. Easy, 3D.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Buccaneers.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Let's go.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Brady. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Bucs, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.